Hey guys, Ike here from Mike'sOutdoors.com. I'm here today to do a review on a Tarp-on from No Box. Okay, so you can see the tarp here is big. This is an 8-foot by 12-foot tarp. Of course, it's waterproof. It's also heat reflective, reflects heat, so it's going to keep you dry. It's going to keep you warm. The other thing I like about it is it has 20 of these hooks on here. These are reinforced with double tarp material right here, sewn around the outside edge. It has a sewn seam right here. It's got a square with an X in the middle of it, and it's sewn right here on the outside edge. Now this tarp is also edged with this reinforcement here that is double sewn. So it's a nice big tarp, and it's also very tough. These hooks are going to make it very, very handy to be able to stake these in the ground and be able to set this up in a bunch of different configurations to make yourself a shelter. The other thing that it comes with, which is pretty cool, is it comes with 8 of these paracord tie downs, and these things are really, really long. Each one of these is going to be very, very handy in a survival or a camping situation. You can see these things are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of my arm length from my shoulder to my hand. So whatever that length is a pretty long paracord. It also comes with 8 of these stakes, and these are galvanized stakes, so they're not going to rust. They're going to be weatherproof. They're going to be tough enough to drive into the ground and really get purchased when you're tying these paracords up. You can stake this thing down. You can tie these paracords from tree to tree, and you can use it like you would a standard tarp and fold it over the top of that and then stake each side down. If you want to make it higher, you can do the same thing with these paracords and tie it from tree to tree, and then put these stakes in the ground, and then take your paracords and tie them to the stake and then to these loops and make yourself a shelter that way. The other thing that it comes with, which is really cool, are these poles. It comes with 2 of these poles. Each one of these poles is adjustable. They will adjust from 5.5 feet to 10 feet, and you can see it pops together just like that, and it's going to have a piece that goes on the bottom. Just got a push button. It's going to lock it into position. The bottom is going to have a cap on there so it doesn't drive it into the ground, and the top is going to have this little peg on there so you can use it to go through the loop on your tarp, just like that, to hold your tarp up, and then you can stake it to the ground. You can use these, you can use these without the bottom. You can use them just like that. You can use them just the bottom if you want to make a short tarp that you can just crawl inside of. You can use them in multiple different ways. So that's the great thing about this, is the versatility. It's nice to be able to have a shelter like this that you can use to set up and get out of the cold. You can use it to get out of the sun, and you can really set this up in a multitude of different ways. So it has multiple configurations. It's a great temporary shelter, or a great way to provide temporary shade. You know, it's got adjustability to it. Again, like I said, it reflects heat. It is waterproof. It also hooks to the bell tent and makes an entryway to the bell tent, so you can go out of the bell tent that's made by No Box and have a waterproof awning that extends out the front of it 12 feet or 8 feet, depending on how you set it up. And these loops will hook right to the bell tent, so it's made to hook right to it with these 2 poles. It's an easy to set up, big, multiple configurations on this thing. A lot of different uses for it. It's going to be great to throw in your pack with just this and say just the paracord. Throw a few stakes in there, and you can use it as a lightweight, simple way of getting out and camping and having a shelter with you all the time. If you're camping like we do, you know, you can take the whole thing and set this thing up as a temporary awning over, you know, a picnic table or something like that. Or you can put it in front of the bell tent and use it as a waterproof awning there. You can lay it down on the ground and use it as, you know, a place to have a picnic, or a place to get out of the wet and get onto something dry. You can wrap yourself up with this thing and use it to insulate yourself and get some body heat going. So it's got a multitude of configurations and a bunch of ways to set it up, and it is really light and really handy. You can use it in a bunch of different ways, just the tarp with everything. It's just really easy to set up and really a multifaceted tool that is going to provide a lot of really good situations, and each situation is a little bit different, so the versatility of this is really nice and really cool. So that's the Tarp-on from No Box. Going to work really well in a bunch of different situations, survival situations, camping situations, etc. So really nice tarp from Tarp-on, and it definitely is not your standard tarp that you go down to Harbor Freight or Lowe's and buy. This is definitely high quality tarp that can get you out of a lot of situations and be really, really handy. So check this out at No Box's website, which we'll put in the description below, and please be sure to like, subscribe, and share these videos, and please be sure to follow us on social media. We're under Ike's Outdoors on Instagram and Facebook. Thank you guys for watching.